What's going on, y'all? I haven't been on here for like a week or so. I want to tap back into the NFL. We are currently in week 9. We just hit the trade deadline. I want to say around 4 o'clock today. Seen a couple trades. I seen Lattimore from the Saints to cornerback. He went to Washington. I think that moves the needle because Washington's been having a great year so far at the halfway point. They have a nice defense already. I want to say they top 10 in defense currently. The offense has been amazing with the rookie Daniels back there, Jaden Daniels. I think this moves the needle for them. To me, it's clear that they're the better team in that division with the Eagles, Giants, and Cowboys. The rest of the Eagles, they have the same schedule, I will say that, but Washington has looked far more impressive than the Eagles have. Dallas and Giants just been piss poor all season. Like, share, and subscribe to the Meet from the Midwest podcast, man. Thank y'all for tuning in today, man. I just want to get in here and give y'all the results from last week. Of course, and then my team finally won another victory, so I had to get on here and talk for a second. Just to tap in with what happened last week. Thursday game, we had the Jets going against the Houston Texans. The Jets pulled it off as much as I ain't wanted to. Mike Williams actually just got traded to Pittsburgh Steelers. That gives Russell Wilson and Justin Fields another big target to throw to outside of Pickens and the tight end that they got. They got a little something going on. Then they got the Steelers also. The Steelers also picked up. I'll stay on topic. The Jets won that game 21-13. C.J. Stroud struggled. He didn't have it. He's down. Nico Collins for a few more weeks, I want to say. Stephon Diggs is out for the season. Big blows, man. Joe Mixon can't do it all. He still needs. CJ's gonna have to get comfortable with these other receivers, as in Tank Dill. He looked okay, but somebody else is gonna have to step up if they want to stay ahead of the AFC South. The next game we had was the Cowboys versus the Falcons. The Falcons win 27-21. The Falcons are now 6-3. Cowboys slide to 3-5. Dak Prescott will be out for, I think they said 3 to 5 weeks with a hamstring injury. They just look bad, man. They don't really got nobody outside of CeeDee Lamb. I've been saying this all year. On the offense, they got CeeDee Lamb, Jake Ferguson, the tight end just got back. They have no run game at all with the little Rico guy and Ezekiel Elliott. No run game. Ain't too much Dak can do, and the O-line's not protecting how they should. The defense is missing Lawrence and Parsons, so that you got two of your edge rushers out. That impacted a team pretty like a lot coming from the defensive side of the football. You got to have somebody that could put pressure on the quarterback at one of these angles coming from the left or the right side. So tough blow, like I said. Dak gonna be out for a couple of weeks, man. So now Cooper Rush should come in. For all the fans out there that have been saying, "Oh, Dak ain't the answer," put Cooper Rush in and look at the rest of the schedule and see how the fuck he do. Y'all don't got the pieces, man. As a Cowboys fan, y'all have to stop this shit. If you don't got the pieces, just hope for the best, but don't hype yourself up talking about y'all about to go on a run and win the division. It's just not happening this year. Look at the roster and, like I said, be realistic about that. The Buffalo Bills, 7-2, they beat the 2-6 Dolphins. Tua's second game back. I want to say they lost 2 in a row so far with Tua back. They lost to the Cardinals last week. Now they turn around and lose to the Bills. Tua just don't look the same right now. I know he's looking. He definitely don't want to take no hits after all these concussions he's had. Miami defense just looked horrible. Even with Jalen Ramsey, they're not shutting down nobody. Teams are having their way on the rushing and the passing. So Dolphins will have a top pick in this next upcoming draft. As far as the Bills, man, they look good on paper, man. Both sides of the ball balling out, so more credit to them because a lot of people didn't think that the Buffalo would be winning games without Stephon Diggs leaving the Bills. Next, we got the 2-7 Saints versus the 2-7 Panthers. Panthers pull off the win. Bryce Young's another career win for him in his short. This is the second year in the league. I think he won. No, he didn't win that first game. Did they? I think this is the second win, maybe third win overall out of 2 seasons so far. Panthers really ain't got much, man. I see they traded, I want to say Jonathan Mingo, the wide receiver. They traded him to the Cowboys today. The Saints traded Lattimore to the Commanders, as I was saying at the top of the show. That's a big blow for the Saints. The Saints just look bad on paper right now. Derek Carr just returned. They don't have Chris Olave, and I'm not sure if Rashid is playing or not, but I don't think they had Rashid his last game either. But the Saints just look bad, man. I thought they'd be a solid team this year. They're proving me completely wrong. Next, we got the 2-7 Raiders, 24 to the Bengals, 41. Bengals move up to 4-5. Cincinnati is beating the teams that they should beat. They just don't look like a top contender in the AFC right now. They didn't make any trades for the deadline. They just need to get Higgins and Jamar Chase to both stay healthy, and they got to figure out this running game because Chase Brown has been doing okay. I just think he'll do a lot better. I want to say they traded for Khalil Herbert from the Bears, so maybe that helps out. Maybe they'll start helping with the running game a little bit. Washington Commanders move to 7-2 over the Giants, 2-7, 27-22. Jaden Daniels first game back after being injured, maybe his second game back. He looked okay. The defense looked good. Like I said, with the addition of Marcus Lattimore from the Saints, I think this pushed the needles for Washington to make a deep run into the playoffs as long as everybody stays healthy. Yeah, they looking pretty good, man. The Bears fall to 4-4. They lost 9-29 to the 5-4 Cardinals. Cardinals are having an okay season with them being over 500. It's quite surprisingly. Marvin Harrison had his good games. He's had his rookie woes, but overall, the Cardinals are shocking people. They're beating the teams that they should beat as well. So I won't get too much hype about it. The Jaguars fall to the Eagles, 28-23. The Jags fall to 2-7 now. The Eagles move on to 6-2. Again, like I was saying, Washington, that division has some parts of the schedule are pretty easy. Washington, I want to say they already hit their hardest part. Eagles had the harder part at the beginning of the season while they started off kind of slow. Now they're starting to get those easier games. The last 3 games, they played the Jags, Bengals, and Giants. So those 3 teams I think all 3 teams got 2 or more wins. Bengals got 4 wins, but the other 2 teams only got 2 wins. So it ain't really much to brag on. I just feel like now we'll see how they finish the season off. But I think that the Washington is in a great position to win that division. But as far as the Eagles go, man, A.J. Brown got hurt. He only had 2 receptions a game. He ended up getting hurt. They're going to definitely need him and Devontae Smith to both be active. Dotson was traded over. I know some Eagles fans were saying that he should be a great addition. So far, he hasn't done nothing. I don't even think he had over 50 yards in the game yet. But he's still new to the system. He got to figure it all out. The next game on there, we had the Lions. They beat the Packers 24-14. The Lions move on to 7-1. Packers dropped to 6-3. Jordan Love just had a bad game, and I want to say it was raining. It was a lot of drop balls, a lot of overthrown balls and everything like that. But overall, the Lions still balling out even without Hutchinson. So I think they made a trade for somebody. I want to say it's Zaire or something Smith from the Cleveland Browns, edge rusher. So that's going to help them out a lot. Another aggressive dude off the edge. He's not Hutchinson, but he's an all-pro. He's been a Pro Bowler before. That should definitely help Lions stay on top of that division. Next game we had was the Rams versus the Seahawks. The Rams pull it off 4-4 now. Seahawks dropped to 4-5. Puka Nacua got ejected this game. He ended up punching one of the cornerbacks in the helmet or some shit. Ejected his nut ass up out of there. The Rams was able to pull off the win at the end in the overtime. No, was it overtime? I think this was overtime. It was an overtime touchdown to Robertson, the other receiver that's been balling out since he got with the Rams as well. But they moved to 4-4. The Sunday night game was the Colts versus the Vikings. The Vikings are now 6-2. The Colts dropped to 4-5. The Flacco, if you haven't know with the Colts news, Flacco has been starting these last couple games. Richardson came back from injury and played. At some point in the game, he said he's a little too tired. He checked himself out the game. I guess the coach ain't like it. The organization ain't like it. So they're like, we're going to bench him for a game or whatever. Hopefully learn his lesson. We're going to let Flacco ball out. Flacco didn't do what it was expected. Now you're in a position, do we go back to the young guy that's still considered a rookie and let him just learn on the way, like Peyton Manning and all the other quarterbacks that came in the league throwing bad passes, a lot of interceptions and stuff? Or do you just keep him on the bench and ride out the contract with Flacco, which should be maybe 1 year, I want to say, left. So, yeah, the AFC South is back open, man. Even though the Colts have 4 wins and the Texans, I want to say, got 5 wins, the Titans, I still believe we can get back in the division and make it competitive, I would say. Last game, Monday night game last night, the Chiefs move on to 8-0. They won 30-24 against the Buccaneers. I wasn't expecting the Buccaneers to stay in this game because they don't have Mike Evans, they don't have Chris Godwin. So I figured with both of those, they number 1 and 2 receivers out, I didn't think they had a chance with this game. But their defense stepped up. They played great. They just couldn't get the job done. Chiefs are the only team undefeated left in the NFL. That's all I got for all the games outside of my game. I want to just touch on that right quick. The Tennessee Titans pull off the win in overtime versus the New England Patriots. This was a very winnable game. I thought we should have went up by 14, 21 points this game. Mason Rudolph threw an interception in the end zone in the first half. We just kept on finding ways to keep them around. Drake May did a good job of scrambling. He had 95 rushing yards. I want to say over like 8 to 10 carries. When you got a quarterback that can get loose like that, and he's not fast, it just shows that we have, even though we're still the top overall number 1 defense in the league, we let the quarterback run all over us this game. If we could have kept him behind the line of scrimmage, I think we would have won by at least 21. But a win is a win, man. Like I said, we 2-6 right now, nothing to brag about. We got the Chargers next. I think that's a game that we could win. And if we do that and Texans and the Colts lose, now we're talking about a 3-way battle back in the AFC South. Overall, like I said, we lost Diggs, our safety. He's out for the season. DeAndre Hopkins, of course, is on the Kansas City Chiefs now. We need Westbrook-Ikhine is stepping up. He's scored every game so far. We need to get the ball to Tyler Boyd, and we got to continue getting it to Calvin Ridley. Hopefully Tajay Spears comes back soon so we can get that dual running back with him and Pollard. Offensive line can play a little bit better as long as they keep on keeping the quarterback off the ground or getting pressured. The defense has to do better on 3rd down, and they can't allow big plays in the red zone area. That's how they came back and tied the game up the other night. Drake Mays was scrambling around for like 15, 20 seconds. Threw that motherfucker up and they ended up catching the ball. That's what forced the overtime. I was surprised they didn't go for the 2. But like I said, man, we pulled off the win. Like I said, we'll see what the season goes. This is the halfway point now. Let's see if people just stay healthy and see what happens with their team, man. Let me know what your team is in the comments right here on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe to the Meet You from the Midwest podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in.